Hello guys, welcome back to Shally-Entertainment. On today's video, I'll be recommending 10 amazing Korean dramas starring Lee Dong-wook. Lee Dong-wook is one of the most loved and most popular Korean actors worldwide. Born in 1981, he is currently 40 years old. He made his acting debut in 1999 but gained both domestic and international fame in 2005 from the hit drama My Girl. So here are his top 10 dramas. Starting off the list, coming at number 1, Tale of the Nine-Tailed. Tale of the Nine-Tailed is a romantic fantasy drama that aired in 2020, revolving around a nine-tailed fox who abdicates his position as the guardian mountain spirit to search for the reincarnation of his one true love. It mainly starred Lee Dong-wook and Jo Bo-ah. Lee Dong-wook plays the role of Leon, who was once a mountain spirit but sacrificed his life as a mountain god to resurrect the life of the woman he loved. Being able to transform into human form, he eradicates supernatural beings that threaten the mortal world. But his real aim is to find the reincarnation of his lost first love. Meanwhile, Jo Bo-ah plays the role of a television producer who investigates urban myths. In the past, her parents were involved in a mysterious car accident and disappeared, and she suspects that Leon might be connected with this accident. It is one of the best dramas of 2020, and it will be having a season 2 next year. And coming at number 2, Touch Your Heart. Touch Your Heart is one of the most popular Korean romantic comedies out there. I have personally watched it over 5 times. It aired in 2019 and tells the love story between an actress and a lawyer. It mainly starred Lee Dong-wook and Yoo In-na. Oh Yoon-soo is a popular actress who is famous for her beautiful appearance, but her acting is pretty bad. She gets involved in a scandal that damages her career, leaving her jobless for 2 years. She later gets a chance to play a major role in an upcoming drama, but in order to gain experience with the role, Oh Yoon-soo is required to work as a lawyer's secretary for a few months. Meanwhile, Lee Dong-wook plays the role of an arrogant and cold-hearted attorney for the law firm where Oh Yoon-soo joins. They hated each other at first but eventually fall in love, and the following events form the crux of the story. The love story was very beautiful and you will definitely want to rewatch it many times. And coming at number 3, Goblin. Goblin is one of the most popular Korean fantasy and romantic comedy. It tells the story of an immortal goblin cursed with immortality until he finds his bride. It mainly starred Gon-yu, Kim Go-eun, Lee Dong-wook and Yoo In-na. Kim Shin was once an unbeatable general in Goryeo military who died a tragic death but now possesses immortality. He is tired of living, and for 900 years Kim Shin has searched for his bride, a mortal who can pull out the sword and end his life. One day he encounters a high school student who can see the dead and who also claims to be the Goblin's bride who can end his immortal life. But what appears to be an easy task only gets complicated as the two fall in love. Lee Dong-wook plays the second male lead role in the drama. He plays the role of a man reincarnated as a Grim Reaper who was cursed for a sin he committed in his last life. This is Lee Dong-wook's most iconic dramas, featuring his romantic relationship with Gon-yu's Goblin and his star-crossed lover pairing with Yoo In-na's Sonny. And coming at number 4, Strangers from Hell. Strangers from Hell revolves around a young man who moves into a cheap apartment and must share the kitchen and bathroom with weird and suspicious residents. It mainly starred Im Si-won and Lee Dong-wook. An aspiring writer in his 20s moves into a cheap apartment called Eden Studio in Seoul after leaving the countryside. However, there is nothing Eden-like about this apartment, as Jung-woo notices his neighbors are all various degrees of strange. Among them is a dashing dentist, Seo-mun-ju, played by Lee Dong-wook, who comes across as the most pleasant and friendly of the bunch. But as Jung slowly discovers the true natures of these neighbors and as mysterious events keep occurring, he comes to question his own sanity and morality. The role Lee Dong-wook plays in this drama is the furthest possible from his usual rom-com image. Coming at number 5, Bad and Crazy. The currently ongoing action thriller depicts the story of bad and crazy detectives who fight against police corruption. It stars the likes of Lee Dong-wook, Wi Ha-jung. Lee Dong-wook plays the role of Soyo, a police officer who is competent at his job, but he also has questionable ethics. Due to his ambitious personality, he only takes on cases his superiors like and gives them the desired outcome, yet turns a blind eye to some injustice in order to achieve success. But his smooth life suddenly changes with the appearance of K, played by Wi Ha-jung. K is a righteous but crazy person. Whenever he faces injustice, he meets it with his fist. He dreams of being a hero. Meanwhile, Hyun works as a police lieutenant on the drug squad. And coming at number 6, Scent of a Woman. Scent of a Woman is a heartbreaking romance drama that tells the love story between a man and a woman with only 6 months left to live due to cancer. It mainly starred Kim Soo-hwa and Lee Dong-wook. Lee Yeon-jae, a woman in her 30s, finds herself with only 6 months to live after a cancer diagnosis. Realizing she's been missing out on life, she writes herself a bucket list, quits her job, and decides to go on a vacation overseas. While in Japan, she runs into a man of her dreams, Kang Ji-wook, played by Lee Dong-wook, who happens to be the son of her former boss. Ji-wook is a rich young man, cynical and lifeless, until he falls in love with Yeon-jae. Together they live out a series of misadventures, both comical and bittersweet, as Yeon-jae completes each dream in her bucket list. And coming at number 7, Bubblegum. Bubblegum aired in 2015 and is set within the backdrop of a hospital and a radio station. It revolves around a man and a woman who were friends since they were little, but years later they begin to have feelings for each other. It mainly starred Lee Dong-wook and Jung Ri-won. Lee Dong-wook plays the role of Park Ri-won, who comes from a wealthy family, and he now works as an oriental medical doctor in his own clinic. He grew up with his best friend since childhood, who now works as a radio producer. Hanga's parents both died when she was young, and she was taken care of by Ri-won's mother after her father's death. Both Ri-won and Hanga had feelings for each other, but Hanga is taking things slowly due to Ri-won's mother, who does not want them to be together. And coming at number 8, Wild Romance. Wild Romance is a romantic comedy about the love-hate relationship between an obnoxious professional baseball player and his tomboyish bodyguard. It mainly starred Lee Dong-wook and Lee Si-young. Lee Dong-wook plays the role of an arrogant star player of the pro baseball team Red Dreamers, renowned for both his skill and his bad temper. Yeon-jae, on the other hand, is a fan of Mohyul's rival team, who ends up in a fight with Mohyul, who was drunk at the time. The fight led to a huge scandal that could end both of their careers. But in order to fix things, they decide to put on a show against the public. Their respective employers agree to assign Yeon-jae to act as Mohyul's bodyguard. The mismatched pair are now around each other round the clock, and in the midst of constant squabbling and working to find each other's weak spots, they find out more about each other than they realized. And coming at number 9, Life. Life is a medical drama that aired in 2019 that majorly focuses on the power struggles in the hospital, a place of conflicting interests and clashing egos. It mainly starred Lee Dong-wook, Johnson Woo, and Woo Jin-young. Lee Dong-wook plays the role of an ER doctor, Jin-woo, whose department is about to shut down by the newly appointed CEO of the hospital. Life is brilliantly written and filled with complex characters brought to life by similar outstanding actors. The doctors have the power to save lives, but the board has the power to kill doctors. In a building supposedly dedicated to the public's health, it's the personal vendettas that fuel people to get up in the morning. It's a constant struggle between the conflicting interests of the large business conglomerate that own the hospital and the medical staff who need to do their jobs. And the drama lays both sides of the story out, allowing the viewers to draw their own conclusions. And the last but not the least, Blade Man. Blade Man is a 2014 romantic comedy revolving around a billionaire with anger issues who develops the ability to manifest his anger in the form of knives which erupt from his body. It mainly starred Shin Se-kyung and Lee Dong-wook. Jung Han-bin, as played by Lee Dong-wook, is a wealthy CEO of a game company with a prickly demeanor who develops a supernatural ability. His anger and mental pain manifest as knives sprouting from his body. He meets Song Se-dong, played by Shin Se-kyung, a warm-hearted girl who becomes entangled in his life. As they fall in love, she slowly heals his heart, and he learns to deal with his inner pain and newfound power, turning him into a real grown man. Thank you guys for watching. Do make sure to hit the subscribe button to follow for more movies and drama recommendations.